Hey everyone, it's Ryder from Skip. It's Thursday, October 28th. Big news today. Biden just announced the $1.85 trillion social policy and climate bill framework. However, there's a game of chicken going on in Congress. I predicted this would happen today. I'll unpack it for you in this quick video. Bottom line, we have trillions of dollars that may get voted on and passed in the next few days. Finally, it's been months of waiting. It may happen. Both this almost $2 trillion social policy and climate bill and the $1 trillion infrastructure bill. I'll talk about where both sides are currently at and what's likely going to happen. There's this satire from the New Yorker: Manchin will agree to Halloween only if candy is completely removed. Of course, I'll go into what he's actually saying about both trillion-dollar-plus packages. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit subscribe to support our community and our daily videos. Like this video so others see it. And if you want one-on-one funding help for your small business, or even if you're a sole proprietor or entrepreneur, we're happy to help you. We have a few spots left for tomorrow and Sunday. Use the link right in the description to find a time to talk with one of us for all your funding and EIDL needs. Here's the big news today. Biden gave a speech at the White House with VP Harris behind him. Here's how the New York Times framed it. President Biden pleaded with House Democrats on Thursday to embrace his, quote, framework for a $1.85 trillion economic and environmental bill. I'll go into what's in that because, yet again, that price tag changed. Biden did this today because he's off to go to Europe. It's a last-ditch effort in this game of chicken. Basically, the House needs to vote on the infrastructure package, but they won't vote on that until they have some assurances from the Senate that there will be an agreement on the social policy package. Biden continues, quote, we have a framework that will get 50 votes in the U.S. Senate. I don't think it's hyperbole to say that the House and Senate majorities and my presidency will be determined by what happens in the next week. He continued, no one got everything they wanted, including me, but that's what compromise is, that's consensus, and that's what I ran on. Progressive Democrats still a little bit unsatisfied with the plan, clearly upset that some priorities weren't in it. Here's what Senator Bernie Sanders said, quote, what I would say is you have the outline of a very significant piece of legislation. I want to make it better. Bottom line, it comes down to two people, Senator Joe Manchin and Senator Kyrsten Sinema, and they have yet to commit to voting for it. They've sidestepped the questions. This is an article that just came out. Sinema didn't directly answer the question on whether she would support it or not. Her quote is, I look forward to getting this done, expanding economic opportunities and helping everyday families get ahead. Manchin did the same and actually put the ball somewhere else. His quote, this is all in the hands of the House right now. I've worked in good faith and I look forward to continuing to work in good faith, and that's all I'm going to say. It's in the hands of the House. He's referring to the infrastructure bill. Like I mentioned, the infrastructure bill is sitting in the House waiting for a vote to pass, but progressives in the House do not want to vote until they have assurances that Joe Manchin will also support the social policy and climate change package. So that's the game of chicken that's been happening for months. Progressives saying, hold on, let's make sure we're aligned. We're not going to pass one without the other. Someone's got to make the first move. It seems pretty telling that Manchin won't publicly come out and say a deal's been done, showing that there's still some negotiations left. Of course, this framework is about half the size of the original $3.5 trillion proposal. In my mind, this could all be posturing from Democrats, from Biden saying, gosh, we have to come out and project confidence like this is inevitable and it's going to pass. But Manchin and Sinema haven't committed. This has been the problem all along. Until they commit, nothing is certain. Timothy Chalamet did this meme comparing Joe Manchin to the villain in Dune, Harkonnen. Here's the meme. Joe Manchin, as a coal baron, uses government to enrich himself via family mining company. Baron Harkonnen, same thing. Lots of people are weighing in because bottom line, it comes down to two people, Manchin and Sinema. I'll mention what's in the latest $1.85 trillion framework, as Biden put it. $555 billion to fight climate change, largely through tax incentives for low-emission sources of energy. $400 billion to provide universal pre-K to 3- and 4-year-olds and significantly reduce healthcare costs for working families earning up to $300,000 per year. $200 billion to extend an expanded tax credit for parents through 2022. That's the child tax credit. $165 billion to reduce healthcare premiums for people who are covered through the Affordable Care Act, to provide insurance for an additional 4 million people through Medicaid, and to offer hearing coverage through Medicare. $150 billion to reduce a waiting list for in-home care for seniors and disabled Americans, and to improve wages for home healthcare workers. $150 billion to build 1 million affordable housing units. $100 billion for immigration streamlining, in part to reduce the backlog of 9 million visas, $40 billion for worker training and higher education, including increasing the annual Pell Grants by $550. Offsetting that spending is an estimated $2 trillion in revenue increases. These include the things I've been talking about: a 15% minimum tax on the reported profits of large corporations, efforts to reduce profit shifting by multinational corporations, and tax penalties for companies that have their headquarters in global tax havens, a 1% tax on corporate stock buybacks, increased enforcement for large corporations and the wealthy at the IRS, an additional 5% tax on incomes exceeding $10 million a year, and another 3% tax on incomes above $25 million, efforts to limit business losses for the very wealthy and to impose a 3.8% Medicare tax on certain people earning more than $400,000 a year who did not previously pay that tax. So that's what's in this framework and how it's going to be paid for. To recap, Biden did this speech today to try to show that, hey, this is going to get passed. There might be an infrastructure bill today in the House, unless House progressives hold out from the vote because they're waiting for Manchin to say yay or nay on the spending bill. By the way, in other news from yesterday, because we also help people renew and get new passports, worth mentioning, the U.S. and the State Department issued the first passport with an X as the gender marker instead of male, female. X is now an option. The first person to get this, Dana Zim, has this, and they expect that this will roll out to more people in 2022. Of course, if you ever need help renewing or getting a new passport, we have a door-to-door passport service across the country. I'll leave a link to that in the description in case you're thinking about upcoming travel. To leave you with, I'll keep you posted here. If anything gets passed today or tomorrow, I will cover that in breaking news, but be sure to hit subscribe so you get alerted. You can also follow us on Instagram, hello.skip. And if you're an entrepreneur or a small business owner that wants one-on-one funding help, link in the description, or go to eidl.me to book a time tomorrow or Sunday or next week to talk with us and get help. Most importantly, thanks for watching. Stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.